Hello and welcome to the Worldwide Culinary Apprentice. We're having another class in pastry and this is about making a little royal icing. So royal icing is very simple. You can use powdered sugar, just a little bit of egg white, and how much do I need? It all depends on what I'm going to be using the royal icing for. I'm going to use this fork. I'm going to stir just in the center. And with royal icing, because sugar is one of the first preservatives, salt and sugar were the first things used to preserve food. Sugar helps retard bacterial growth. So I can make this royal icing and I can hold it for quite a while. I'll put it in a quart container and put a little bit of damp paper towel on top, seal it, and I can hold this for weeks, into a good month or two. So as you can see, I'm mixing it. The more sugar I add, the thicker it gets. And you'd say to yourself, wow, it's a lot of sugar. Well, it's got to be and has a nice consistency, and it has to dry nice. And you can see right here, it's still too thin, okay? This might be good for flooding, and we'll get into flooding in another class, but this might be good for flooding. It's not good for writing. So I need to add a little bit more sugar. And as you add it, you will get it to a nice thick paste. Now this is a small amount, and so I'm mixing it by hand, but you can do this if you know you're going to be doing cakes or needing to use your royal icing in large amounts. You can mix it on your mixer, use your paddle attachment, especially if you're making things like gingerbreads and you want to create that snowy atmosphere. You can make your royal icing ahead of time, let it chill down a little bit, and then use a whisk. And that incorporates a lot of air. And incorporating that air, it gives it that fluffy consistency. So almost there, just a little bit more sugar, and then I will have my royal icing to the consistency I need. That's the last of it. Now what happens if you make it too thick? All you have to do is add a little bit more egg white or a little bit of vinegar, which can help keep your royal icing very white, or lemon juice. There we go. Look at that. That's exactly what I want. That looks very good. So once I've made my royal icing, I will never just let it sit out. I will always make sure that I take a piece of plastic wrap and put it to the surface and then keep it in the refrigerator till I'm ready to use it. Okay? That's making royal icing. But what we're going to add with that is how to make a cornet. So I have a piece of parchment paper here, and I'm going to take this parchment paper and I'm going to fold it in half. And now I'm going to take my serrated knife and I'm going to put it inside my paper, and I'm going to pull back with the knife. Not forward, but back, so I get a nice clean cut and it doesn't rip it up. So now I have two pieces of paper. Keep them together. I'm going to fold them in half again. Nice seam. Use my knife again, and now I'm going to cut through those two pieces. Again, pulling my knife back. And now I fold that to create what I call twin peaks. And so these two corners, one corner, the bottom corner is going to come up to the top corner, just like this. And I have the same amount of paper showing from one side to the other. Okay, so those are my twin peaks. Now, fold it again. And I like to, use my spatula that's going to give me a nice pressed line. One more time with my serrated knife, pulling back against the paper. And now I have 8 sheets to make a cornet. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take the short side, if you can see that, the short side right here, and I'm going to have this top of the tip right here face me, the longer end to my left. I create my cornet about 1/3 of the way. I create my cone shape. So 1/3 of the way of this line of the paper, I create a cone shape. Lift it up, hold it gently between my fingers, just like this, and then just roll it up. So when I look inside, I should see 1, 2, 3 pieces of paper. Fold it over and lock it. Make sure the tip is closed. Now I'm ready to pipe anything. Hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about royal icing and cornet. If you enjoyed this class, please let us know. I'd love to hear from you. And you can press a like. See you at the next class.